Hello, Kindred Spirits, and welcome to my spiritual oasis. Here, weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. Today, we are doing a pick a card reading that is actually is guided by one card. So this is the card that guided the shuffling, and it's called Lifting the Veil. So the intent and purpose and message behind this card is really talking about getting down to the truth, seeing beyond illusion, and making the necessary changes that need to happen in order to stay in alignment with your purpose in life and to come in harmonious alignment with your destiny. So ways to do that might include questioning. Like, you're questioning every single thing in your life. Does this belong? Is this in alignment? And really the point of this, like taking this sort of, it's almost like, what is that? Like in a warehouse or at a restaurant where you would do inventory. And you're being very thorough and intentional about the things that you're allowing to stay and the things that have to go. And it's really talking about, it feels like Uranus energy, really. It's almost like big changes that force you to kind of look in on who you are, what you stand for, what isn't right, what isn't in alignment, what is fundamentally destroying the fabric of who we are, what we stand for, and those things are the things that that need to go. So I feel like this is big, like generational, but I feel like it starts from within, taking responsibility for the part that you've played in the situation, and then moving forward from there. So it's really about, I think it's less about, everybody's going to be different, but it's cleansing, releasing, removing things in the physical world, the spiritual world, the emotional world, really getting clear on the direction that you're going in life and your purpose and intent here. So that is going to be the guiding energy for all of our readings today. We have 3 groups prepared, and they're kind of organized in a different way, but these is 1, 2, and 3. There will be links in the description to jump right to your group. So pause the video here if you need to really meditate on this. I'm feeling like this deserves a bit of meditation here. So pause the video if you need to meditate. And kind of as you're figuring it out, I wanted to, also let you know that my purpose, right? Why am I here? My purpose and intent is, especially as a spiritual, we're multifaceted beings, and part of my calling is to be a beacon of hope. I'm a lightworker, I'm a starseed, so a beacon of hope for those of us who are on this planet and navigating through all of the twists and the turns. So that is what my channel here on YouTube, my TikTok channel, my Facebook, and my Etsy shop, like that's the intent of all of those platforms, is to be able to provide guidance for you, to provide assistance on your journey. So I'm very passionate about it. It's very exciting to me to connect with you beautiful souls. And before this gets too squishy, yeah, I was lost for a while. I was lost for about 10 years. And now that I'm reconnected, I know my place, and I know that I'm where I belong. And I know that the future for me is to be right where I am. You know, the platform might change over time, but I will be here. I'll be helping. I will be a beacon of light and guidance and encouraging harmony and joy and peace and all these different aspects into our lives, because we need those things. For me, lifting the veil is about, you know, some things that are veil lifting for me is like, life doesn't have to be hard. Making money doesn't have to be hard. Finding what you want to do with your life doesn't have to be hard. Finding love doesn't have to be hard. I think sometimes we make things hard because of our limiting beliefs. So lifting the veil of limitation is something that I've done over my journey, and allowing reception. I'm a giver. I'm a giver at heart. And being more comfortable with receiving is a part of my veil lifting alignment moment as well. So let me know with a comment down below what veils you're lifting, what areas of your life that you're getting in alignment with your destiny. And without further ado, this was a lengthy introduction, but I kind of wanted us to kind of meditate together on this topic and have a bit of a conversation, because like I mentioned, this feels like bigger than just an individual thing. Like, we are connected. We are connected on so many different levels, but spiritually, you know, our energies meld and mesh together. Intergenerational, generation to generation, through now the connection of like electronics and technology and the internet and stuff like that. Like, there's so many points of connection, but sometimes I feel like the more connected we become on the earthly planes, the more disconnected sometimes we become in like our personal lives. But, you know, I did a TikTok video about this, and I'm going to reiterate that message. Like, you're not alone. You are not alone. I know sometimes, like, people are like, oh, we're more connected than ever, but we're actually not. We're not connected, because there's something that happens when you're, like, you're sharing a physical space with someone else. Because our five senses, well, two of our senses, like hearing and sight, connect through electronics, right? We can see things, we can hear things. But the other, you know, the other four senses, yes, I include like that vibe you get, the energy that you get when you're with another person and in person, physically with them. Those other four senses aren't able to participate, really. There's a disconnect there, and I feel like we feel it. And I know, depending on when you're watching this, it might not be safe to be around a whole bunch of people, but that will change. That will change. And I feel like this time we get to be by ourselves is time for us to kind of take an account for who we are, what our intent and what our purpose is in life, get in alignment with our destiny, so that when things do open up again, we don't just go back to the way things were. And this is an opportunity to like start anew, to come out with a different perspective, a different point of view, come out with a cleaner slate. Yes, I say cleaner because we're always working. We're constantly working on ourselves. And just know that the moment you arrive is the moment that this life is over for you. So there's always going to be change. There's always going to be growth and movements. And we're hoping to move forward. Sometimes we might need to take a step or a moment backwards, but we're always moving forward. So I did a lot of talking, and you know, I hope we were able to connect in that moment And yeah, please do drop comments. Let me know where you're at, what veils you're lifting, and like just kind of where you are in your journey. Yeah, so without any more chatting, pause the video if you need to meditate on which of the 3 groups you believe has your message in it. And without further ado, we're going to get right into the readings. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So we're going to go ahead and flip over our guiding energy. Then I'm going to shuffle out some other decks, some tarot. I have moon energy and other types of energy. So we're just going to really dig. We're going to stay in this spiritual space. I have my amethyst up here because they're really, channeling that third eye and crown chakra energy right now for this message, and really digging into and tapping into our spiritual energy and connecting in the spiritual realms. Okay, so here we go. Strength is your guiding word. It is going to take some strength to lift this veil up, to take an account for the things that don't belong here, and then removing them. You're being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. You have the void and deep cellular healing. So stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Okay. So there's a lot here, but I feel like it's right on, I feel like it's in alignment with where we've been so far, with the direction of our conversation up to this point. Healing. We're lifting the veil on kind of where we are in our life and being honest with ourselves here. And it's going to take strength because it's difficult to hear hard things. It's difficult to hear the truth sometimes, especially when the truth is a bit painful. But our minds and our hearts are open to the truth, and that's where we're headed. So this idea of embracing winter with the void is really interesting, because winter is a time of rest and restoration. So there's almost a suggestion here, an encouragement to pause, just be. Healing doesn't happen when you're on the go, when you're not getting enough rest, when you're not sleeping. But when you take a moment of pause, then your mind, your body, your soul has time to catch up with you. And because your body times things, right? And your body is very intelligent. It's an intelligent system that gives the energy where it is needed. So, for example, my energy is needed to keep my heart running, to keep blood pumping through my system, forcing myself to stay awake, that sort of stuff. And your body goes through cycles. So when you get water, and I feel like I'm meandering a little bit with the conversation, but when you get water, your body brings the water to certain places first. And then the more water you consume, it starts to flush out toxins and do all sorts of other stuff. So just make sure when you're resting, you're drinking your water, You're getting enough of these things so that your body can make a full cycle flush. And that's really what we're talking about. This idea of cleansing, this lifting the veil, this getting in alignment, questioning everything. You're taking inventory of everything, removing things that you don't need anymore, that aren't in alignment with your destiny. Putting distance in relationships that aren't in alignment with your destiny. The behaviors and attitudes and beliefs that you have that aren't in alignment with your destiny and your life intention. They're all getting redirected right now. So, I just kind of wanted us to take a moment with that and really let that soak in, let that settle. And we're going to take a look at our tarot. So we have the star. I love this deck. It is so beautifully rendered. We have the star. So the star is all about hope. It's all about harmony. It is the light in the darkened places. It is rejuvenation, inspiration. The star just holds so much like powerful energy, good energy, majestic energy. To me, there's also an energy in the star that's like a settling of your spirit and like emotions. So it's almost like when you're in like, you know, kind of turmoil, emotional turmoil, or, you know, feeling disconnected spiritually. The star is like that calm, steady light that you can focus on and then kind of like walk towards it. It settles things that are unsettled. That's just kind of how I feel about it. You know, in the nighttime sky, it is the light. So I feel like a sense of calm and a sense of harmony is going to come as we embrace these kind of stoic, like, even like our card in the middle here is insight. You know, writing, star crafting, magical tools. To me, this is about contemplation and journaling. I feel like it suggests some journaling. So as you're going on this journey, don't be afraid to whip out your journal and do some journaling. We have the Ten of Wands. So if you can see the imagery, there's a being here that has like this whole castle on its back. And the message that I'm getting here is that you're carrying a lot. There's a weight that is on your back. You're pushing towards something. I would question, what is that something? Do you know what it is? Are you okay with that? Is it in alignment? Is it in alignment? Or are you carrying too much? Are you carrying too much of things that aren't in alignment? Too many things that aren't in alignment. Take an inventory. Take an account. Make sure everything that is on your plate is meant to be on your plate. Maybe you can shed some things, lighten the load a bit. Remember, things don't have to be hard. Like in our beginning conversation, things don't have to be what we've seen from our family, from our parents. They don't have to be that way. They can be different. So if you saw it really hard, things are really tough, really challenging for your family members, your parents, or whoever raised you, it doesn't have to be that way for you. We have the Five of Cups. All right. I mentioned in our conversation about emotional duress already. And I do feel like that is what the Five of Cups talks about, is emotional duress. And a lot of it is because we're focused on loss. We're focused on the events that took place and not focused on the lesson. So the message that I see here in the context of our conversation is healing. Emotional healing starts by saying, that happened. Whatever it was, whatever the distressing situation was, that happened. Whatever the loss was, that happened. And then the next step is feeling the emotion. So acknowledging the emotion, feeling the emotion, and then releasing that duress, the emotional challenge, the sadness, releasing that, letting it flow, whether that's through crying, screaming, I don't know, however you release, that is healthy. And then there's a moment here, and this is sword energy. This is a little bit more, this is releasing the emotion and then looking at something from like, what am I supposed to learn from this? You know, what is the lesson that I'm taking out of this? And once we get that lesson, that's the knowledge, we can convert that knowledge then into wisdom. Okay, now that I know this, how am I then moving forward with this information? So there's some steps, there's some stages, there's some time. And the length of time is going to be a little bit different for everybody. So be patient with yourself, be gentle with yourself. Healing takes time. You know, we are remarkable beings in the fact that we self-heal. And I'm talking about physically, emotionally, like lots of different ways, but specifically physically, we self-heal. It takes time. It takes time to self-heal. It takes time for the body to go through the process. It's a process, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever. It's a process. So be patient with yourself, be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself, be positive with yourself. Okay? And then we have a Hierophant. So, spiritual guidance. I feel like the message here is like, don't be afraid, ashamed to seek guidance, to seek help, to have somebody on your team that can guide you, that can listen, offer some advice, give you tools that you can use moving forward. A teacher. That's what you're looking for. You're not looking for somebody who's going to tell you how to feel. You're looking for somebody who is going to tell you it's okay to feel the way you feel and help you develop tools to move forward. You know, move forward in your life and gain the insight that you're looking for, giving you tools to use. I personally feel like writing or an equivalent. So if writing isn't your thing, maybe doing voice or like talking, doing voice messages to yourself, like on your like your voice recorder, like on your phone or computer or whatever, and just dictating those diary entries, if that's your thing. Doing video is your thing, whatever it is. But taking some sort of account of your journey so that you can look back and see your growth. I feel like a lot of times spiritually we forget to look back on our journey and we don't see our growth and our progress. Okay, and then our last two messages, truth and ascension. Ascension. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. I think that's a great message to hear as well, that as you move up in, you know, understanding and connection, then it's really like just knowing, because it takes steps and there's a process, that you're ready for the next step. When you get to that point and you're ready to take another step forward and another step forward, another step forward, one of these, something mentioned baby steps. Lifting the veil mentions baby steps. It talks about baby steps, like lifting the veil. You're taking an account of what is there, an inventory what is there. You're measuring that stuff to your destiny, your destined path. Is it in alignment? Is it not in alignment? If it's not in alignment, then it goes through this process of purging. If it is in alignment, then maybe it gets rearranged or redirected somehow in your life. So it's a process. There are steps. And so I feel like as these higher states of consciousness are being opened up to you, understand that you're ready for them when they come. And understand that it's a process and it's going to take time, and there's levels and there's layers. So there's nothing to like be afraid of. You're not going to be thrown or tossed into something that you're not going to be able to handle, okay? And then truth. See your light, know your power, have the courage to walk your truth. Love that. Truth, walking your truth. It's going to take strength to ascend. Strength, not physical strength. It's going to take strength of character, strength, emotional strength, spiritual strength to ascend to the level that you are meant to be at. See your light, know your power. Have the courage, which you talked about, strength and courage, I feel like is connected, to walk your truth. And I feel like this process of purging, which the lifting the veil is really talking about, again, that purging and releasing of things that aren't in alignment, is going to take courage to do that. Because there are going to be some things in there that it's going to be like, ooh, you know, like whether it's people, places, habits, whatever it is, releasing those things. And I feel like it's necessary to say, as we are on this spiritual journey and spiritual enlightenment, we are also meant to experience the world that we live in. So I feel like abundance and enjoying this life is also a part of that journey. So don't feel like you have to live like a monk or a nun or something like that in order to be in alignment with your destiny, unless that's your destined path. You know, everybody's path is different. But just know that spiritual alignment and enlightenment comes in different ways, shapes, and forms. So don't feel like there's a mold that you have to fit into. This is your truth. This is what makes sense for you on a personal level, and how you are in alignment with your true position and place in this world. So, my beautiful soul, these are the messages that I've channeled for you today. I certainly hope this was helpful for you, enlightening for you, encouraging for you, inspiring for you. If something did resonate, please do drop a comment and let me know. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already connected with me here. Thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and energy today, and I'll see you in an upcoming reading. Okay. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So we're going to go ahead and flip over our guiding energy for you, group number 2. See what additional messages we have. So we have reflection, It's your keyword, primary. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. Vibing some shadow work for you. That's what I'm feeling from that message. Your life is a canvas. And the cosmic heart. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Artist, manifestation, creativity, and accountability. Okay. So the messages that seem to be ringing loud and clear for me is you are a creative. And I always like to say that creativity doesn't necessarily have to just be like painting or music or ceramics. Like, there are so many different ways to be creative. Think outside the box. Like, if those topics don't apply to you, maybe you never even thought of yourself as a creative person. You are a creative person. And taking accountability for your creativity, believing in your gift, whatever it is part of the message here for you today. So just bearing that in mind as we talk about this as we talk today. Devotion to your craft. So if you have a talent in something, being devoted to and committed to improving, getting better at whatever that thing is, nurturing that gift, is going to make it stronger. So this idea of potency, this idea of like crafting your life. Your life is the canvas. Literally what this card says. Your life is a canvas, is the canvas of your most profound work of art. So make it from your heart. Healing the earth, love, humility, and respect. Move you over a little bit. Okay. I feel like this is really talking about so the lifting the veil, I mentioned in the beginning of our conversation that it was more like this, a big picture, like Uranus, Pluto type of energy, with like change on bigger, like a grander scale. But the beginning of that, the seed of that starts from inside of ourselves. Healing ourselves so that we can heal the earth. Healing the earth comes through love, comes through humility and respect, right? Respecting the earth, respecting the creatures on the earth, the living beings on the earth, and being humble enough to understand that you are just a speck in the universe, beautifully made, crafted, and loved, just like all of the other beings in this earth and things in this earth. But you are just one of many. You are not the, prime creation. You are a creation. So this idea of having humility and having respect for other living things and other living beings is, to me, the primary message in this conversation, with adding healing the earth to this. So thinking of it on a bigger scale and understanding, like, what part are you playing in the destruction? Admitting that you're playing a part in the destruction will help you understand that you also can play a part in the healing as well. And if you love something, you don't want to harm it or destroy it. So dig a little bit deeper. What can you really do? So we have the Emperor energy. To me, the Emperor energy is really talking about taking a powerful position and stance. Ooh. Chunks of cards flailing. Taking a leadership position. Taking a strong stance. And the most progress that you're going to make in aligning your life is taking a leadership role. Being an active participant, yes. But taking a leadership role. Being the visionary. Being the artist. Six of Cups. You have support all around you. Me, this is talking about community. Talking about support. Knight of Cups. Lots of Cups energy. Okay, I'm vibing with you. Excuse me. Six of Wands. Okay. All right. Let's see. So the Six of Wands talks about like recognition for your accomplishments and the things that you've done. So I'm not feeling like you're hungry for that. What I am feeling is that your leadership, the stance that you take, the moves that you make forward, and in progressing, progressing with your gifts, taking the artist's position, the decision maker, the authority, is going to lead to being recognized for doing that. And I feel like I'm feeling like for a lot of you that your medium as an artist, your medium is the heart. We've got the Six of Cups, we've got the Nine of Cups, we've got like community. You build community, you build your team up from the inside out. The Knight of Cups, taking action on, being, sharing and spreading the word about love, respect, and living that, living that. Like, yes, you have, and the Emperor energy, you might even have to pull up. Like, if you have strong water placements and maybe not strong fire placements in your chart, the Emperor energy might be something that you work at. Like, that might be something you have to put energy behind in order to manifest that, because it might not be your natural state. But we all have the ability. We just choose not to do a lot of different things. We all have the potential to be a lot of things, maybe not the best at them. But I have a feeling here that the Emperor channeling that energy is going to be potentially challenging for some of you, like not your natural state, which is okay. This life is all about challenges. Yes, we have natural talents, but there are also things that we have to develop in order to truly see the potential of our talent come to light as it is meant to come to light. So we have the waning gibbous 5, which talks about resilience. This is really like 10 of Wands energy to me. That this is going, you know, with the Emperor energy and this idea of being the artist, the crafts person, there's going to be some burden. There's going to be some weight to that. But you can handle it. You know, you can handle it. And just understand it's just temporary too. That it's not permanency. Things are constantly changing. And, you know, this Emperor type of vibe or energy might just be something you need to do for a temporary period of time before you move on to the next stage or next evolution. So keeping that in mind too. And then we have the waning crescent 2, which talks about resistance. So to me, resilience and resistance coming together, it's like standing strong. With the 6 of Wands, like that combination, like, you know, being recognized for your achievements is great. But after you're recognized for your achievements comes the 7 of Wands, which talks about defending now your position of power or authority, that people are going to come and try to test you, try to knock you off your, you know, your mountain or whatever. So this idea of standing strong in your truth and, you know, carrying the rock, carrying that boulder up the mountain the rest of the way. And just understanding that this is all, everything is temporary. Okay? And then I wanted to do a couple of additional keywords as final messages for you today, group number 2. So we have choice that rolled out. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. So making the decision to do all of this stuff, it feels like very big stuff, big energy, and it is, and it's meant to be big energy. But just know that you have the choice to do it or not to do it. You know, that is not being taken from you just because it's on a grander scale. And then we have dreams. The universe speaks to you through your dreams. So I feel like that's a pretty clear message there. Pay attention to your dreams. Dream journal. If you don't already have a dream journal, now would be a really good time to start one. And you know, just keeping track of your dreams, because you're going to start to see patterns is the message that I'm getting. You're going to start to see patterns, so you'll know what to focus on. Your dreams are going to give you like more specific direction. So you might have a general idea of where you're going or where you're headed, or that might be coming to you in other ways. But knowing that your dreams, again, tracking your dreams and seeing the patterns in them will help to give you more like specific information about exactly what you're supposed to do and exactly where you're supposed to go. So group number 2, this was thick. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope this conversation was helpful for you, was enlightening for you. If you connected with something, please do drop a comment and let me know. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already a part of the Kindred family. We'd love to have you. Yeah, so beautiful soul, thank you for your time and your energy today. I certainly appreciate it, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So we're going to go ahead and flip over your guiding energy to get us started today. So your guiding keyword I guess words in this case, is blue star. Follow the light of your inner compass, the blue star. It will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. Okay. We have empathic starseed, as well as you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. So, my empaths. I feel like this is a combination. So, there is someone or someone's watching this video who is struggling to connect with their truth because of rejection. And I feel like the encouragement here is, so you feel when people are vibing you. You feel that because you're an empath. And the message here in this card is basically letting you know that, like, you're absorbing what is not yours. Those are not your feelings. You are not responsible for those feelings. You did not invoke those feelings in that person. That was their interpretation of you. You are not their feelings. You are you. And I feel like the blue star is really talking about, like, following your truth. And maybe for some of you, the veil that you're lifting is this idea that you have to please everyone, that everyone has to like you, that everyone has to understand you. Well, this card is basically saying that, you know, you're not for everyone, and that's okay. Embrace your individuality, because the connections that you make, the people that do vibe with you, are going to be truly connected to you on a level beyond, you know, any of this superficial energy that you can put out there. Completely embracing yourself from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet is your challenge. That is the veil, the focus of the veil. Because once you do that, so many other things are going to fall in place for you, my beautiful soul. We have the Tree of Souls. So I feel like this is very much solely connected with everything we've been talking about so far. So this idea of you're not for everyone, embracing your weirdness, I think doing all of that, taking that step, which will be uncomfortable for you, again, because you're feeling other people's feelings as an empath, but you're not responsible for those feelings. When you connect with yourself, you're going to, you know, the people that do vibe with you, the people that do connect with you, are going to become a part of, like, a soul family for you. Yeah, a group, a resource for you, and with wisdom and knowledge and information and guidance and camaraderie and understanding, like, you're going to feel the most understood when you release the need to be understood by everybody. When you understand you will be able to connect with people that also understand you. It's going to, you might cry. You might cry when it happens. You'll know it, you'll feel it. Weak in the knees, you'll fall down, you know, just because you never have felt as connected as you're going to feel when you release the need to please everybody and just focus on who you are, what you represent. All right, we had some extra cards pop on at here. I'll get one more. Keep it or not. Or one side to the other. Trying to figure out how I want to organize this. Okay, cool. Alright, let me stop shuffling these before another card pops out on me. Alright, so we have the star. Get a closer look at that. Love the imagery in this deck. It is so magical. And to me, that's really what the star represents. The star is so magical. It is hope, harmony, balance. It is the calm and the voice of reason in the turmoil and the darkness. And speaking of darkness, literally just flipped over the Waxing Gibeus 2, which is about fear. Yeah, it's going to be... You're afraid of taking this stance. It's going to take courage. You know, the Five of Wands here, which is about conflict. And I think you're feeling like it's going to be this way, like conflict with people around you. But I feel like it's more like a conflict with yourself. Like the way you've kind of felt your whole life and trying to be the best acceptable version of yourself is going to be fighting with the you that's like, forget this. Like, I'm tired of living somebody else's life. I'm tired of living under somebody else's expectations. This is who I am. Take me or freaking leave me. I'm done with it. Like, that is your vibe. Like, that is your energy. And there's going to be that conflict within yourself is what I'm getting. And there could be some pushback from others who quote unquote thought they knew who you were and all this other stuff. Psh, forget them. Live your truth. That is what this conversation is all about. That's what lifting the veil is all about. Lifting the veil on the lies, the need to look and feel and sound just like everybody else. Like, we are not everybody else. We are not just like everybody else. We are ourselves. We're our own individual, independent beings, and we are meant to embrace and hold on to that energy. So we have the Tower. Okay, I didn't even look at all the cards. I probably should do that. The Tower, big changes, unexpected. I feel like this, the Five of Wands, the Tower, like there's going to be a lot of turmoil, inner turmoil, a lot of like really kind of challenging and tough like moments of acceptance. And there's going to be some difficulty as you go along. There's going to be a period of aloneness with the Hermit, like going off on your own, figuring out who the heck you are on it from the inside out. Some loneliness, some isolation. But we also have our Queen of Cups energy. I love the graphics, it's so pretty. The Queen of Cups energy. So this could, I'm feeling like this is representing a person coming into your life, like in the beginning of your journal, or while you are going through some of the difficulty. Her energy, again, divine feminine could be any gender, but the divine feminine energy, this Queen of Cups, someone who is going to nurture you, grow you, positive, uplifting, emotional support there. And the star energy feels like divine feminine energy to me as well. But there's going to be like this divine feminine energy just kind of like embracing you and holding you close, giving you hope, giving you the calm and the peace that comes with the star energy, the light and the darkness, giving you a little bit of direction or guidance, helping you work through some of the more challenging, emotionally challenging, difficult parts of this journey. Yeah, so could be, this Queen of Cups could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or have really strong water placements in their chart. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This person is going to be the heart of hearts. Like, They're gonna care. They're gonna have a very like calm, motherly, like familiar, soothing type of energy. And they're on your team. They could very well be the very beginning or the start of this kinship group. They could be somebody who introduces you again to like the larger family sort of thing. So I'm just getting a really, and it could be it could be, you know, your mother or a sibling or somebody who has that really deep heart and soft touch and gentle spirit that you need to wrap around you and help you get through and move through some of the more challenging things, especially up at the beginning. And then we have the blue moon, the unexpected. So as you're digging deep, and again, this is going to be really uncomfortable, and because you've just operated in a certain way for so long, it's going to be uncomfortable for you. But what I am seeing that I find very interesting in this blue moon is that there's something. I feel like you're going into it, you know, you're going into it looking for connections, partnerships, a family, people that understand you, that you understand, connect with, and all that good stuff. And I also feel like there's going to be something that happens unexpected. And what I'm feeling inside that unexpectedness is going to be, it very well could be like a love or a partnership, like finding true, deep, connected, like a love ship, a romance or something like that. But love is what I'm feeling is unexpected. But it could be in the form of many different things, like feeling like you have a family. Like I said, that deep emotion that I felt, like once you realize that you have a family, that you have a group of people who truly understand who you are, who you can truly be who you are, your weird, crazy self, with this group of people, and share collective knowledge and interests. But what I'm also getting, the love for you. The unexpected, which is not going to be unexpected anymore because I'm totally ratting it out right now in this reading, but I think the feeling, because you haven't felt this before, is the love that you have for yourself. That love is going to be unexpected. That respect, that revere, that excitement, that that connection to yourself on a deeper level that you've not experienced yet is what I'm getting. That is going to be very profound for you. Very profound, very deep, very welcome, like an unexpected outcome from this whole journey. Okay. And then we have signs. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. So paying attention to, like, if you're seeing a whole bunch, like numbers, like numerology, if you're seeing numbers in a sequence a lot, and other synchronicities as well. Just paying attention to kind of things that kind of catch your attention and you tilt your head to the side, but maybe you kind of just keep going and you shrug it off. Nope. They're intentional. They're signs. Pay attention to them. Keep a journal of them. Take note of them. And then we have freedom. Follow your heart and nurture your soul with love and freedom to grow. I love that. I love that as a final message for you, group number 3, because to me, it's in alignment and connects to a lot of what we were already talking about today. With that blue star energy, finding that blue star, following that is your life compass. Knowing that you're not for everybody and that it's going to hurt and it's going to be uncomfortable and awkward. But leaning into who you truly are is going to connect you with your soul family. And it's going to be challenging. You know, getting there, it sounds beautiful. Like, I love, you know, predictions and channeling messages and energy because it gives you a look at where life is going right now, like the trajectory. And what we're seeing for you is a really beautiful outcome, you know, like connecting with people who get you, being in a really loving space that you can grow and where your fears can be assuaged. All of that stuff, all of that energy is really, really beautiful. But understand, to get there, it's going to be tough because you are changing who you are on a fundamental level. Yeah, there's going to be some fear. There's going to be some uncertainty. There's going to be some conflict inside and out. You know, friends and family who thought they knew you or knew a part of you, and they see you changing, that's going to make them uncomfortable because nobody likes change and they don't know what you're going to change into. But you have to keep going through that conflict, the tower moment. You know, this is a big deal for you. This is big energy for you. There's a lot of like major cards in your spread here. We have the Hermit, right? So spending some time by yourself, shutting out all the noise and spending some time by yourself, figuring out who you are, learning how to, you know, empathy, being an empath and having empathetic gifts is a gift. I'm an empath myself. We feel so much that we also have to learn how to control that power. You know, we have to learn how to separate ourselves, separate our feelings from feelings that we are feeling from others. And then like taking that energy, right? So being able to channel other people's energy is like, you know, there's a power to that, but it's also like reverting that negative energy, you know, reverting that negative energy, releasing it, letting it flow through you. And that takes time, and that takes patience and failing and getting better and all of that stuff. So, you know, this time alone, or I should say this time of self-discovery, because I don't think you'll be alone for the whole thing because of that Queen of Cups connection. But the time that you have in your contemplation and emotional and spiritual growth through this journey, I think the star is going to lead you to the Queen of Cups. I just got that message for some of you. Anyway, this time in contemplation, like those are the sorts of like exercises, if you will, that you can be doing while you have the quiet, you know. And this is like a physical quiet, a physical silence, like getting away from all of the noise, all the influences, other people's emotions. Especially if you're an empath, you have to get out of there so that you can hear your own voice, feel your own feelings, so that you know, like, your energy, your vibe, your voice, your feelings, and you know that, so that when you get around other people, you can be like, oh, that's not me. You know, absorbing what's not yours. The Pisces energy. Could have some Pisces here, strong Pisces placements. But being able to recognize that that feelings and energy is not yours, well, then you can force that energy other places and get it out, you know, release it. Yeah. So overall, group number 3, I'm really excited for you, if you couldn't tell. It's going to be challenging, but what thing that's worth its weight in gold is not challenging? You know, once you get there, though, it's going to be completely life-changing. Once you lift that veil, once you do the work, put in the time and energy into changing the trajectory of your life, it's going to be just... I feel it. I'm trying to figure words to describe. It's going to be fulfilling. Completely at peace, joyous, sun energy is what I'm feeling. Like just being completely filled up with light and love and joy and happiness to like tears. Like if you have really strong water placements or you're just a really emotional person, there are definitely going to be some tears of joy that happen here when you realize that you're in that place, that you've made it to that moment. And it's going to be a moment where you connect and you're like, I'm here, you know? Yeah. So, beautiful soul. And these are the messages that I've channeled for you today. I certainly hope this was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what resonated. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already part of the Kindred family. So thank you so much for your time and your energy today, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye.